This recording will explain how to do the 3 spreadsheets in the Spreadsheets unit. Now the thing about the Spreadsheets unit, when you work through it, you need to start right from the beginning of it. So as I scroll down, this talks about spreadsheets, but then you go into section 2 of spreadsheets, and what you'll do is you'll work through this sample spreadsheet. Now the lesson's going to have you, talks a little bit about spreadsheets, then it's going to have you actually start doing a spreadsheet in section 3, anatomy of a spreadsheet. So you'll go through these little videos. I'll get you to one. Let's see. Actually, it's down at section 4. Is it starts going through videos, and you're going to open up Excel or another spreadsheet program, and you're going to start right here. So in section 4, slide 3, you're going to start to create a budget spreadsheet. So you'll watch all of these videos. These little videos will show you how to do it. So just go through these, and then you'll have a spreadsheet open, and you'll do exactly what this is showing. Do this exact information right here, just like these screens are showing. So you're going to enter data, you're going to format data, you're going to do all kinds of things. You're going to resize columns. So you must do this practice and do exactly what it says. So you work all the way through that. Then once you work through that, then you're going to get to the first assignment. And in the first assignment, you can see that they have you do a number of things to it. So you're going to take the spreadsheet that you've been working on, and you're going to do these different items to it. And you're going to modify it with those requirements there and submit it. Now I would call this Unit 4 Project 1. That would be the file name I would save it as. Then you know exactly what it is. Now if we click here to how the assignment's going to be graded, find that, see if that document opened. Okay, here's how it's going to be graded. You can see that the header row is as shown in the exercise. The header row shows at least 4 family members, and it does not have the word amount in it. At least 10 budget items have been entered. At least 1 budget item for multiple family members. All family members' columns are the same. So this is what you're going to do for assignment 1. So now if I go back to our course, so that's what you're going to do, and you're going to call this Unit 4 Project 1. That's what you can call it. So you're going to do all of that work. Now if I go up here and go to the course home, and when I go to course home and in the announcements, sample assignments. So here's what Project 1 ought to look like when you finish it. This is what Project 1 will be like. And here are the things you get graded on. So you make sure you do that. Obviously you will not include these items in your project, but this is what it will look like when you submit Project 1. Now you do the same thing. So after you do spreadsheet assignment 1, then you move on to section 5, formatting a spreadsheet, and then it's going to talk about how you're going to format a spreadsheet, how you change the way numbers look, all of those types of things. So you step through this activity, watch the videos, read all this information. So you're making numbers look proper. So you do all of that working with cells. You do all of that, then you come up to Project 2 assignment. And on Project 2 assignment, you're going to continue on what you had in Project 1. And you're going to do all of this. So you're going to modify your spreadsheet so that it's going to have grid lines on every cell. It's going to have a thicker grid line all around the outside of it. The header line should have a shaded color. The highest values for each family member will be in red. Today's date will be in an acceptable format, and the last updated row will be in a larger format. So that's what this one's going to look like. Now this says, see the rubric, and that's what this means right down here. This is the rubric. So those are the things you're going to do on this assignment. Now if I go up here, back to my samples, my sample assignments, I hit project number 2. So what I've done on this one, you can see that I took project number 1 and I did all of these things. And if you watch the videos within the lesson, it shows you how to do the grid lines and such. So this is what you're going to end up with, something like this. You can see that I did some shadowing up in this top section. I have red fill for the most expensive item for each individual person. I have the last updated row and the date down here in a proper format. So I've done all of these things. So really all you need to do is just pay attention to these 6 items, do them all, and you'll be fine. So that one's completed. That's number 2. So that one you'll just turn in as, let's go back to see what name they recommend. I would just call that Unit 4, Project 2. That's what I would call that assignment. Unit 4, Project 2. That's the name you can save that as. So again, you're going to go through Section 5, watching the little snippet videos of formatting a spreadsheet. Then you're going to do this work. Finally, Section 6 is all about formulas. This is extremely important because the power of spreadsheets is that you can use formulas to change numbers automatically. So this is going to talk about entering formulas, so you need to follow along, watch the video here that will show you how to do it. Now I want to show you a sample here of how formulas change. This is what your ultimate project will look like. Let's take a look here. See over here at F, so I'm at F4, and I have a formula in here. It's a sum formula. So what that says is add up everything from B4 to E4. So that adds up right along here. And check this out. If all of a sudden Robert on my list, he has to pay for Netflix also. Now watch what happens when I add that in. Watch what happens to the total right here. See, the total changed and the count changed. So that's the power of formulas. Formulas will change automatically when you change the numbers in the cells. So I'm going to take that out. Or let's say Kim doesn't pay water anymore, so I'm just going to hit delete on that. And then this changed to 40, this changed to 3. So that's the power. Now, your last project will end up looking like this. And you'll have totals down here, and you can see totals. So the totals column, totals uses the sum command. So like this one totals up this whole column, this one totals this whole column, this one totals this whole column, this one totals this whole column. Then over here, that one totals this whole row, that one totals this whole row, that one totals this whole row, and I can see because that says B6 to E6. So right here is B6 to E6. So that sum command totals all of those things. Then you have the count command. And the count command is used almost like the sum command, but the count command will count how many items have been entered in these cells. So you can see that this says there's been 1 item entered in this whole row. This says 1 item entered in this whole row. This says 4 items have been entered in this whole row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you don't put the total in your count. So you can see that these counts go from column from B7 to E7. This is B8 to E8. This is B9 to E9. So you even include the blank ones in your sums and in your counts because you might add something to those later on. Same thing down below here. Sum, 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 count, 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 count. Then finally, we have a total, and this total is going to be the sum of this whole column. So this total goes from F4, which is right here, down to F13, which is right here. Now I'm going to hit delete. Check this out. I'm going to hit delete, so I took that out of there. Now I want to put that in. So I'm going to put that sum command in here. So I go to the top of my screen. Let's move that up so you can see it. So go to the top of my screen, so I'm right here where I want it to go. I hit auto sum, and then I just highlight what I want, hit enter, and then the sum shows up. You can see that formula. So that's how you do the final one. And of course, you just want to make sure that you follow those directions. So now if I go back to the course, go back to the course, and of course this one, when you do it, this is a little bit confusing, so go by what mine looks like. So when you go back to this one, these are the things you're going to do. And when I go up to the course home, sample assignments, click on budget project 3. Now you can see that everything has been done in here, and again, the directions are down below or what needs to be done. So for each family member, I did the totals for each family member. For each family member, calculate the number of expenses and count. So I did the count for each family member. Expenses for each item. So here, over here in this column, these are in this total column, those are expenses for each item. Here's the count for each item. And finally, I have a total. So I fulfilled all those requirements. So that, my friends, is the work you have for the spreadsheet unit. 3 projects. Project 1, Project 2, and Project 3. So that's all I have for you. I look forward to your work coming in. And again, please take advantage of these screenshots I have that show you what your project should look like. Now yours is going to have obviously different names and different expense items over here, but this is the basic structure of what yours should look like. Okay, thank you for watching. I look forward to your work. Bye.